What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back with another video, and today we're going to be looking at the best remaining RFAs on the market right now, and I'm currently recording this on July 10th at 7:30 at night. So if you guys are watching this at another time and something has happened and a name on this list has just been signed, then disregard, and I'm just going to be talking about other players on here that aren't signed. So hopefully when you're watching this video, it's fresh and none of these guys are signed yet, but I mean, we're all hoping that our favorite players get signed to our favorite teams and that all this nonsense is over. So NHL.com broke it down by position, forwards, defense, and goalies. Now, I'm just going to give my quick thoughts on each remaining RFA, whether or not I think an offer sheet is something that could happen, or a trade. Maybe we'll try to predict a dollar amount. But it's always really tough because we've seen, like with the Sebastian Aho contract, that was cheaper than we all thought it would be at. And for Sebastian Aho, I guess that's what he values himself at, and that's, you know, his agent and whatever, they were fine with that number. But Montreal, if they came in with a higher number, I don't think a lot of people would have been complaining. But that kind of shot down some of the rumors for certain players to get tons of money, because Sebastian Aho is one of the better RFAs that was out there. But Carolina got a solid deal, in my opinion. So, starting off, of course, the one that we keep hearing about, Mitch Marner. We've heard the latest news about him, and I'll be making a full video on it maybe in the next couple days, depending on how big the information gets. But there was like reports out there that Mitch Marner had turned down 2 offer sheets, and I guess Marner's agent came out today to some member of the media and said that that was not true at all. He didn't turn down any offer sheets because there's still teams that are preparing the offer sheets. Like the New York Islanders apparently are one of the teams that are interested, although I've disagreed with that notion. I feel like part of the reason why Mitch Marner is upset with the whole situation with Toronto is that he never got his rookie bonuses, and that was dealt with by Lou Lamoriello. So it doesn't make sense that he would want to join the team of the guy that never gave him his rookie bonuses, unless, I don't know, something else has to be involved in this contract, and it's going to be a lot of money. But I'm thinking Mitch Marner and the Leafs end up signing some sort of bridge contract. It's not ideal, but at the same time, you're telling Mitch, sign this deal now for 2 years, or 3 years, or 4 years, whatever it ends up being, because in my opinion, 4 years or less is a bridge for a guy this good. And, you know, you cash in again in 4 years, or 3 years, or 2, whatever it is. And that number would come down from what his asking price is, but it would still be pretty high up there. I would think that $9 million on some sort of bridge deal is probably fair value for both sides. You're still getting big money, and you have a chance to cash in. Plus, the Leafs don't have to fork out double digits right now against their cap, and maybe they have room to trade out another body, Cody Ceci, even though it's not going to happen, and then bring in somebody else. But regardless, moving on, Mikko Rantanen, right winger from the Colorado Avalanche. They have all the money in the world. They also just made that big trade with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Tyson Barrie, Kerfoot, Kadri going the other way, and Calle Rosen. It was a pretty significant trade. You guys have probably heard about it, but Rantanen is a fantastic player, and I'm sure he is going to get his money. He is going to get paid big time, and Colorado is, you know, set. They have all the ammunition. If somebody decides to offer sheet Rantanen, they've got the money to match it, no problem. This is why I don't believe any teams are probably going to do it, because unless you're really trying to, you know, fork over a ton of money, I don't think the Colorado Avalanche will have any problem matching it. If it gets absolutely ludicrous, then maybe they consider it. But Rantanen is a great player. He'll stick around. I think he wants to be in Colorado. He's worked so well there, and I can't wait to see him play next season. Braden Point from Tampa, we've heard time and time again that he will not be signing an offer sheet. He'd like to stay in Tampa, and do you blame him? The guy is absolutely amazing. You can argue Point is one of the better, you know, young players in the game, and I would certainly say so. Point is a fantastic hockey player. He's also a centerman, so that's a premium position when it. And I love how NHL.com has Marner listed as a center or right winger when he's a right winger. That's absolutely hilarious. But I know he's played some center before, but he is not a centerman in the NHL. He plays right wing 99% of the time. But Braden Point centerman, you usually get paid a little bit more when you play that position, and especially when you put up points like he does, no pun intended. He's the best RFA available, and he's going to get paid. Patrick Laine this has been an ongoing discussion. Will a team throw a bunch of money at him that Winnipeg does not want to put up? If you offer Winnipeg, or if you offer an offer sheet of like 10 or 10 and a half, you're probably overpaying for Patrik Laine. Let's be honest here. 50 goals, yeah, sure, that's fantastic. Like, that would be unreal. And he's going to do it. It's just, it's the all-around game that I think people are worried about, and whether or not he'll go on more cold streaks. I happen to think that those days are behind him. He still scored 30 goals in his sleep last season. So I'm figuring that Laine is probably going to end up staying in Winnipeg, but it'll probably be a 2 or 3 year deal because they're going to have to come down from the number that he wants. And I'm sure he wants to prove that he's worth more money by cashing in a couple years. I should go a little bit faster, but Matthew Tkachuk, he'll get done in Calgary. He loves it there already. You can tell he fits in with the team. The way that he plays the game is a perfect fit for the Calgary Flames. They need a guy like him. They need to hold on to him. And his point totals are probably going to keep going up. He's a great young, talented player. Wingers in this league that can score at a young age is something that there's a lot right now, but I don't think that they have the same make of a player that Tkachuk has. He is a very feisty, in-your-face type of guy, but he gets it done on the point totals. Brock Besser, we've heard that Vancouver is working very hard with him. A lot of people seem to think that this could also be a bridge deal type of thing, but a 4-year bridge, maybe a 3-year bridge. I happen to think Brock Besser is going to get done with a long-term contract. Now, I don't think that's a hot take, but I think that Vancouver is going to overpay a little bit for now, but it's going to look great as the contract goes on. I think Brock Besser is a great player, right winger. He fit, again, another great fit in Vancouver. Him and Pettersson look like they're going to just be dynamo for the rest of their careers. It's going to be fun to continue to watch. Now we're getting into some guys that could possibly be moving pieces, or are going to come in at a cheaper number. A guy like Kyle Connor is going to be very tough for Winnipeg. I think they really want to hold on to him, but his name has floated around in trade rumors as well. If they want to hold on to a guy like Laine and still be able to fix some holes on their team, they just lost 2 big defensemen in Myers and Trouba. Regardless what you think of either of them, they both put up points, and they're going to have to replace those positions. I think that Connor is a fantastic fit in Winnipeg, and if they have to move him, they better be getting back good value. We got Ryan Donato from Minnesota on here, another center, left, and right winger. They've got him listed as he can play any position, but Donato's a guy that'll probably come in at a cheaper number. Verona in Washington, they've got to figure out a way to make that fit. Buchnevich for the Rangers, he'll probably get done. Konechny in Philadelphia, you can expect that to get done. I don't see why they would move on from him. Burakovsky in Colorado, again, when you have all that money, it's going to get done. And I thought it was done, but I guess not. Colin White, Gusev, I believe that's how you pronounce it, but he's been in the rumors like crazy lately with Vegas. He's going to get traded. Kevin Fiala, Minnesota again, and Beauvillier for the Islanders. So those are some names to look out for in the forward group. For defenseman, Charlie McAvoy from Boston. He's going to get a big number, but Boston is going to pay it. And I don't mean big number as in it's going to be like some crazy out-of-this-world contract, but McAvoy is worth it. He is going to be a fantastic defenseman in this league for a long time. As a Leaf fan, I can say every time he has the puck, I'm worried about what's going to happen next. I really like McAvoy as a player. I think that he has a lot of things in his game that benefit this style of play, not just for Boston, but for the entire NHL. And he's going to get big money. Jacob Trouba, another guy, this is going to arbitration, so it's probably going to end up being a 1-year deal again, and then hopefully he'll deal with something with the Rangers. But I believe he'll be an unrestricted free agent after this year. So I could be wrong, but Trouba, I think, would want to stay with the Rangers long term. I think it makes sense for him. Just a guy that puts up a ton of points, big body. We can see that getting done, hopefully, in arbitration and smoothing over so the fact that they can extend him with the Rangers. Now, Zach Werenski, Columbus has a ton of money. Of course, they've lost out on all of their big free agent names so far, and I think they're going to want to overpay Werenski a little bit to hold on to him. Provorov from Philly, another guy that a lot of people had in some early trade rumors at first. I didn't make sense of that. I didn't think that it made a lot of sense to me, but I think that contract will come in at a pretty solid number. Will Butcher, another really young defenseman, and I think that he is a guy that will get done with the Devils fairly quickly, and I know it's not exactly quickly when it's July 10th, but I don't think that this number is going to be too hard where the sides are so far apart. I haven't heard nothing about Butcher's contract, but he's a guy to look out for this year. I think he's going to take another step. And he wasn't really in any trade rumors, so I think that you can put that to rest if you're a Devils fan. Goalies, Jordan Binnington, David Rittich, Linus Ullmark, and Sam Montembeault. Probably saying that wrong. Sam Montembeault. I've obviously heard of him, but again, nothing too big to work on there. Ullmark, nothing too crazy there. Rittich, his deal might come in a little bit more. Apologize for the noise in the background, but his number might come in a little bit higher than Calgary fans want. But with the addition of Talbot, which is a really weird swap that Talbot and Smith made, but I think that Rittich is probably going to come in on probably a 2 or 3 year deal. I can't see them wanting to go any farther than that, but it might look a little bit expensive at first for Calgary fans, but hopefully he can smooth things out in the crease and play well for them. Now, during Binnington, Stanley Cup champion, I think his contract's going to look pretty nice. Good for him. He's had a great story in this league so far, and now he is a Stanley Cup champion. The Stone-Face Assassin. This guy is incredible in the crease, and I can't wait to see what his number comes in at, because it's kind of a crapshoot. I'm not even sure if they'd want to go long-term or bridge, but with goaltenders, you got to be careful, because one minute you think, oh, we got a great goaltender here. The next minute, it could be a terrible contract. So let me know what you guys think about these guys. Who is going to get signed first? Somebody going to get traded, offer sheeted? Let me know down below. Subscribe if you're new. Thank you guys so much for 6,000 subscribers. Let's get to 7K next. I appreciate all you. I'll see you in the next video or stream. Peace.